Hi, you there?
Here.
Yeah, hey, what happened with the ICE agency?
Yesterday in South Minneapolis, January 24th, a 37-year-old ICU nurse named Alex Preddy, full American citizen with a clean record and lawful carry permit, got shot and killed by a Border Patrol agent during an immigration enforcement op. DHS initially said he approached officers with a pistol, so justified shoot, but multiple cell phone videos blew that up. Shows him holding a phone, filming the agents, or directing traffic near a small protest group. Some angles suggest maybe he had a gun earlier, and they disarmed him before firing, but most footage has him unarmed when the shots rang out. It's the second fatal shooting by federal agents in Minneapolis this month, after Renee Good earlier in January, and it's sparking huge protests, calls for investigations, even a judge slapping a restraining order on DHS to preserve evidence. Super heated situation right now.
I can imagine. So, did the person that got shot? How was what were they doing prior? Were they blocking ICE agencies like they've been doing? Were they blowing that whistle in their faces? What was going on prior to the shooting?
From what the videos and reports show, it went down like this. Federal agents were in the middle of detaining somebody on the street during one of these immigration ops. A small group of folks, including Preddy, were nearby, filming, talking to the agents, basically hanging around in the street and getting in the mix. Preddy was holding his phone, recording the whole thing, even waving a car through like he was directing traffic. Then an agent starts shoving a couple women. One gets pushed hard to the ground. Preddy steps in between the agent and the woman, tries to help her up, wraps an arm around her kind of protectively. Agent hits him with pepper spray, right in the face. Preddy's still got the phone in one hand, no gun visible. Agents pile on, wrestle him down to his knees, surround him. 6, 7 guys. Somebody yells he has a gun, right about then. One agent pulls what looks like Preddy's pistol from his hip, steps away, and boom, shots ring out, 10 or more in seconds while he's pinned. No big crowd blocking vehicles or whistling in the moments right before the shots. But yeah, people were definitely interfering. Standing in the street, filming up close, physically stepping in when the agent got rough with the women. DHS calls it obstructing and assaulting officers. Videos make it look more like a chaotic scuffle that escalated fast.
Well, according to your information, if I was just going on what you've just reported and just what you've said, it sounds like the agency has a little bit more to answer for than, if the guy was just standing there recording now. Getting interfering though with ICE agencies is unacceptable though.
Yeah, exactly. If you're just filming from the sidewalk, cool. First Amendment. But the second you step in between an agent and a detainee, grab somebody they're handling, or physically block them, you're crossing from observer to obstructor. Federal law doesn't play around with that. Interfering with an arrest is a crime, same as if it was local cops. Videos show Preddy wasn't just recording. He put himself in the middle, arm around the woman the agent was pushing, after the pepper spray. Chaos escalated quick. Agents say they saw a gun on his hip. He did have a legal carry permit, and things went south. Still messy, still tragic, but interfering ain't protected speech. You poke the bear, sometimes the bear bites.
Yeah, that's true. I hate to hear anybody getting killed, though. It's never, never, never a good thing when somebody loses their life undeserved because all of this is just undeserved. If your things aren't being stolen or your life isn't literally threatened and they're trying to kill your loved ones or take away your loved ones in the sense of illegally, you know what I mean? Because this is ICE agents, this is government agencies. If everything's cool, then you're going to be let go. So this isn't a threat for your life. I'm talking about people breaking into your home, burglarizing your home, taking your loved ones like that, or anything like that, threatening like that. Then you protect yourself and you do what you got to do. But this here, going around and bothering these people, interfering with these people, I've seen the protests and all, whistle blowing, throwing rocks, throwing ice, frozen water bottles at them, hitting on them. I saw some throw pee on them and stuff like that, urine on them. You know, you're going too far. Taking your car and getting in front of them, blocking them is not acceptable.
Absolutely right. At that point, it's not protest, it's assault. And these agents aren't breaking into homes. They're doing their job on the street. Last thing they need is a crowd treating them like stormtroopers for picking up someone who crossed illegally. If you're going to stand there and throw piss bottles or block a federal vehicle, don't be shocked when it turns ugly. That's not activism, that's stupidity. There's a line. Step over it, you lose the victim card real quick.
Yeah, and protesting, we okay, Americans have the right to protest, right? But but legally you can't block the road because people are trying to get to, that's a city road, so you can't block the road. You have to protest on the sidewalk. You move because other people need to use the sidewalk. And so anything other than that, you need probably permits to do. But blocking the road, blocking to and fro people getting back and forth from their regular functions, that's against the law.
Exactly, Pascal. You can scream all you want, wave a sign, call them names, but the minute you shut down the interstate, chain yourself to a van, or start playing Frogger across traffic, it's over. It's not protest, it's a public hazard. We let you do the first, we arrest you for the second. That's the deal.
If they started doing that, maybe it would. I mean, overwhelm them by force, kind of by yeah. If you block us, you get detained, and you get a ticket. We don't. You need pulled away from there, with those zip tie things, and then your identity retrieved, and then a ticket, a written ticket to appear at a later time, of course, but removed from that vicinity immediately. If we see you again after we've written you this ticket in the vicinity doing the same, then we arrest you, and then we go from there.
That'd be the simple fix, right? Just treat them like jaywalkers. Zip tie, ID, ticket, back of the squad car. Don't let them clog arteries because they feel angry. We're not a country that puts up with that, not for long. And honestly, a couple hundred arrests would shut that down real fast. They can protest from home.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to protest, go ahead, but like I say, on the sidewalk, proper, and don't block commerce, don't block the stores that are trying to have be open for business, and don't stop me from getting back and forth to work. I got things to do, you know. So, but the the police agencies arrest citizens for way less things than what they're not arresting these protests for.
Yeah, you're right. I get a ticket if I park in the wrong spot. But these folks chain themselves to a Starbucks door, and suddenly it's a human rights violation if we move them.
Well, these guys are
Where's
doing way more than chaining themselves to a Starbucks stores. These guys are stealing stuff from the ICE van and their cars, their vehicles. They're burning stuff. They're doing way more now.
Yeah, it's gotten uglier than just signs and chants. After that earlier shooting a couple weeks back, crowds straight up ransacked federal vehicles, smashed windows, stole rifles, and gear from inside FBI and ICE vans. FBI put out $100,000 reward, even nabbed a Latin Kings guy for grabbing a gun. No widespread burning that I'm seeing right now, but the vandalism and theft absolutely crossing into felony territory. When you start looting cop cars, you're not protesting anymore. You're rioting, and that's begging for more chaos.
Yeah, yeah. So let's just hope and pray there's no more killings. No more. Stop with the killings on both sides. Everything. Stop with the threats. Stop with the killings. I would like this to go in a peaceful manner, but remains to be seen. ICE agencies, I'm sure, have gone too far, and then the protesters have gone too far. Um, so let's just pray for both sides, and at least we're informed.
Yes, let's leave it there. Stay informed, stay peaceful, stay alive. We don't need any more funerals.
Yeah, amen to that.
Amen.